Burnout disparity in the workplace refers to the uneven distribution of burnout experiences among different groups of employees. This phenomenon occurs when certain demographics, often those already marginalized or underrepresented, experience higher levels of burnout compared to their peers. Burnout disparity is influenced by various factors, including workplace culture, discrimination, and lack of support, which can exacerbate stress and fatigue among vulnerable groups. Workplace culture and environment. A workplace culture that does not promote inclusivity or support diversity can significantly contribute to burnout disparity. Employees from minority groups might feel isolated, underappreciated, or discriminated against, leading to increased stress levels and, ultimately, burnout. Inequitable workload distribution. In many organizations, minority employees may face an inequitable distribution of work. This can be due to unconscious bias or structural inequalities within the company. When these employees are consistently given more demanding tasks without adequate recognition or compensation, their risk of burnout increases. Lack of representation and support. Representation matters. When employees do not see people like themselves in leadership positions, it can affect their sense of belonging and motivation. Additionally, the lack of mentorship and support networks for minority employees can leave them feeling unsupported, further contributing to burnout. Microaggressions and discrimination. Microaggressions, subtle, often unintentional discriminatory comments or behaviors, can accumulate over time, leading to significant emotional and psychological stress. Persistent exposure to such negative interactions can drive higher burnout rates among affected employees. Burnout disparity doesn't just affect individual employees, it has broader implications for organizational health and productivity. High turnover rates, decreased employee engagement, and lower overall productivity can result from unresolved burnout issues. Furthermore, companies might struggle with a tarnished reputation if they are perceived as unsupportive of diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) efforts. Promote an inclusive workplace culture. Cultivating an inclusive environment where diversity is celebrated and all employees feel valued is crucial. This can be achieved through regular DEI training, creating safe spaces for dialogue, and encouraging inclusive practices at all levels of the organization. Equitable workload management. Ensure that workloads are distributed fairly and that all employees have equal access to resources and opportunities for growth. Regularly review workload distribution and make adjustments as necessary to prevent overburdening specific groups. Mentorship and support programs. Develop mentorship programs that pair minority employees with experienced mentors who can provide guidance, support, and advocacy. Additionally, establish support networks and employee resource groups that focus on fostering community and resilience. Address microaggressions and discrimination. Implement clear policies against discrimination and microaggressions, and ensure that all employees are aware of these policies. Encourage open communication and provide channels for reporting and addressing grievances without fear of retaliation. In the UK tech industry, research has shown significant burnout disparity among female employees and ethnic minorities. These groups often report feeling undervalued and isolated in a predominantly white, male-dominated field. A study highlighted that women in tech were more likely to experience burnout due to factors such as gender bias, lack of career advancement opportunities, and the pressure to constantly prove their competence. To combat this, some tech companies in the UK have started implementing comprehensive DEI initiatives. These include establishing mentorship programs for women and minorities, conducting regular bias training, and actively promoting diversity in hiring and promotion processes. Such measures aim to create a more equitable work environment and reduce the burnout disparity among underrepresented groups. Burnout disparity in the workplace is a critical issue that demands attention from organizations committed to fostering a healthy, inclusive work environment. By understanding the root causes and implementing targeted strategies, companies can mitigate burnout risks for all employees, promoting a more equitable and productive workplace. Addressing burnout disparity is not just a moral imperative, but also a strategic business decision that can lead to sustainable success and a more resilient workforce.